Hey, your girl Serenity here on behalf of the Rick Case Honda Powerhouse in Florida. We are located in Davie. The address is 15701 Rick Case Honda Way. Our phone number is 954-364-3201. We also have a website where you can check out all the bikes that I talk about. It's rickcasehonda.net, and you can, as you can see, I've got a CBR1000RR behind me, the 2017, and I'm going to give you a little bit of info on this bike. Hi everyone, good morning. So you clicked this video because you're maybe interested in getting a new CBR1000RR. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this beauty right behind me. That's the 2017 25th anniversary CBR1000RR. The standard CBR is anything but and receives a host of changes for 2017, which makes the bike even more rider friendly than the 2016. A few things about this bike is it's a new engine, it's got new aluminum frame, new swing arm, new titanium muffler, it's got fully adjustable suspension, front suspension. It's got liquid crystal instrumentations, a slipper clutch, a throttle by wire, and a sophisticated gyro assisted ABS on the ABS models. It's also got light 5-spoke wheels, narrow fairings, LED headlights, a full color instruments with different modes, which is the dash on the bike. Alright guys, so let's start with a little walk around of this bike right here. We're gonna move to the middle of the bike, right? It's got a narrow seat, if you can tell, the double seat. It's really light, it's a stronger frame. The new bodywork is narrow in the front by a full inch, and it's more streamlined from front to back. The new body contributes to a narrow profile, greater aerodynamics, and decreased drag during cornering for quicker handling response and turn-ins. In the back, we've got LED taillights and blinkers, which are light and bright. It's got a new aluminum swing arm, which saves weight and works with a fully adjustable front suspension to help deliver best-in-class handling. At the heart of the CBR1000RR beats a more powerful, higher revving engine with magnesium covers for lightness and an advanced electronic package to give the rider total control. We'll get into the dash later on because there's a lot that goes into that. All in all, this all adds up to make these bikes the most fun CBR1000RRs Honda has ever made. Alright, so let's get a little bit into the weight. The engineers decreased the weight of each of the 3 versions of the 1000RR models. Some of the biggest weight savings on this bike come from, first, the magnesium engine covers, and it's got a magnesium oil reservoir. That's one thing. It's got a lighter frame, a lighter swing arm, and it's got a lighter subframe. It's lighter by 100 grams. It's got 5-spoke wheels that reduce rational mass for lighter, quicker steering and improved bump response. It's got a lighter muffler, so this muffler here, it's made out of titanium. All this is titanium on this bike, which is really cool. And if you didn't know, the CBR1000RR, the SP1 model, is the first bike to have both the titanium muffler and the titanium gas tank as well. Alright, so I'm down here at the back end of the bike near this really nice titanium muffler. Let's talk a little bit about the intake and exhaust on this bike. This titanium muffler is so specialized that the exhaust supplier for the Repsol HRC MotoGP team helped develop it. Okay, engineers revised the intake system with a high flow induction track, and airbox. A bigger fuel injection throttle bodies is up to 48 millimeters from 46 millimeters in the previous units. It's got a more aggressive valve lift and timing, which takes advantage of this increased intake airflow, and the new exhaust system increases flow at the business end. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the ABS system and the braking on this bike. As you can see, it's got Tokiko brake calipers on it. The ABS, it incorporates IMU, which is incorporating inertial measurement unit technology in the CBR. The Honda engineers were able to enhance the ABS model with gyro-assisted ABS, which allows for rear trail braking in corners. So the 5-axis IMU unit, originally developed for Honda's Asimo robot, it also provides rear wheel lift control under braking for maximum grip, and combined with the HSTC's relay control feature, this provides maximum acceleration. So the CBR1000RR standard features show its latest fully adjustable suspension. See, it's adjustable right here. It's got a 43 millimeter inverted big piston fork in the front, and it's got a Unit Pro Link balance free shock in the back. Right there. Okay. The hollow die-cast aluminum twin spar frame and the Pro Link alloy rear swing arm, they both have 10% more rigidity for even more precise handling, while it also saves weight on the bike. The aluminum subframe, it's strong, but it's 800 grams lighter as well. These Tokiko radially mounted calipers on the standard model are also lighter and more rigid to increase both braking feel and the power on this bike. So Honda engineers, they were really wanting to make a light bike, which in the end makes it faster. Weight reduction. Okay, so let's get into one of my favorite things on the CBR1000RR 2017, which would be one of the most advanced electronics package ever fitted on the production version of a Japanese leader bike. This bike set a new standard for performance in its class. Okay, so what do I mean by this? So it means basically with the push of the button, the rider can choose levels that integrate all of the electronic engine aids available for a particular model. For example, you can get the electronics to work in unison for a great track, a winding highway, or a city street experience. You simply choose the corresponding modes. So there's 3 of them. It's 1, 2, or 3. Let me focus, okay. And it's a good baseline for when you start to fine-tune the electronic settings in the RR. Because apart from having 3 preset modes on this bike, it gives you the option of user 1 and user 2 modes, which you can set yourself. So basically, if it's in mode 1, that would be like maximum performance on the bike and minimum torque intervention and engine braking. So mode 2 would be like mid-level performance. It's a medium setting, which is suited for street riding. And then the 3rd mode is moderate performance. That one's like the most modest power. It's got the highest torque intervention and strong engine braking. So the meter on here, it's a full color liquid crystal display. It automatically adjusts for night and daylight, so you don't have to worry about adjusting that. And the 3 modes that I spoke about earlier, it's either street, circuit, or mechanic. So the street mode on the dash on here would show a shift light, a speedometer, it's a tachometer, a gear position indicator, a fuel warning light, the trip meters, and various other functions on here. So the circuit mode will provide like the lap timer, the number of laps, and lap time differences. And the mechanic mode will include the tachometer, the gear position, the throttle grip angle, and the coolant temperature, the battery voltage. So you can do all this on this bike standard. So right here you'll see it'll tell you mode, and you can switch it. So we've changed, so here you can kind of see, it'll tell you, you know, your kickstand's down, how much gas you have left. And the cool thing about it is that it'll tell you how many miles you have left on the bike before you have to like fuel up again. So here we go. So these are the preset ones. And what you would do, you would select mode on here, and then you switch it here where you press the select. So here we switch, you know, to the mode 1, which was for racing, like I told you guys about. And then you can either switch it to mode 2 right here. Oh, this is user 2 right now. This is one where you can change the presets on it. So like where you see P, that would be the engine power, and you can set that to either 1, 2, or 3. And then the T would be engine torque, and you can set that to 1, 2, or 3 as well. And then the EB, you can set it, that's engine braking. All right, so you have user 1. Okay, so do you have 2 spots right here where you can adjust these the way that you want to do it? Okay, the power, the torque, and the engine braking on this bike. So this is the preset 1. This would be the mode 3, mode 2, and mode 1. This also shows, it tells you like your oil, your check engine light. It's got that's the clock, the time on the upper left corner as well. It's got the oil temperatures right here, and then your mileage would show up right there. So yeah, this is one of my favorite things about the CBR1000RR, the 2017 one. Alright, so let's see what this baby sounds like. So it's a push start. Inside the cylinders, the new pistons on it, they raise the compression ratio and the piston ring grooves to improve sealing and engine efficiency for more power. So basically the engine redline before on this was at 12,250 RPMs, and they raised that to 13,000 RPMs. Another thing as well, the clutch, it's got a new a slipper clutch. Okay. So it's made out of aluminum. It reduces the rate, increases the engine acceleration. So this means it results in 17% lighter clutch pull. So it's a little bit, yeah, it's a really light one. So the transmission gears, they're lighter, they're stronger. That's thanks to a new hardening process that's also applied to the crankshaft, which ensures the durability on the CBR when you're at higher performance levels.